Hi, my name is Grace, and this is my first YouTube video. This is not how I planned for it to go. I had a bunch of plans. I have like a business plan. I have a whole content schedule. I have it all figured out, but I also tried to give myself the deadline of January 1st for posting my first video. And I also have ADHD, single mom life. It was not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna do it. And if this video gets nothing, whatever, because I just need to do it because I just need to start. That's where I'm at. So here I am getting ready to go to a friend's house. It's January 1st and I'm just gonna do this and talk about what my plans are for Good News Grace. I'm hoping that you'll follow along. I am a 34-year-old single mom. I am filming this January 1st, 2025, and I spent pretty much the entire 2024 in the divorce process. I probably won't go much into it here. It feels like these days it's not even worth my time, but January 2024 is when the divorce process started. The marriage had been honestly dying for a long time, but I have 3 little kids. I didn't want to get divorced. I knew it was unhealthy for a long time, but I just really held on because I wanted to fight for my family. Now I really understand that it was not the right relationship for me. I learned a ton, been through a lot of therapy, a lot of coaching. The divorce process went on from January until October, and it was truly the hardest year of my entire life. And then I got laid off from my job in corporate communication also in October. So it just felt like my whole world was sort of imploding all around me, and it was tough, honestly. It kind of like pushed me off the skydiving ledge or whatever metaphor you want to say, but it's kind of catapulted me into some things I've wanted to do for a long time, which is mostly entrepreneurship. So that's sort of the background of how I got here. My background professionally is in broadcast journalism and public relations. I was a TV reporter and a producer, and then I switched into being a public information officer, so basically like a spokesperson for a local government. And then the last few years I have been doing corporate communication, so more like internal newsletters and social media and different things like that. Doing something bigger on social media and having my own presence has always been something that I've wanted to do. When you are in the news industry, it's just not something that is possible because you have to have a contract. Like every reporter that you see on TV, whether it's a local small station or a big station, they're all under contracts, which basically like the news stations pretty much own them. So literally like they own their social media. You're not supposed to have any other jobs, anything like that. So it's really difficult to have any sort of like side hustle when you're in that industry. I've also, for the last 7 years, basically been pregnant or had a baby, doing the mom thing, and then things in my personal life were just not great as my marriage was like crumbling. Having a brand on social media, making money online, having a YouTube channel, telling stories has always been something I've really wanted to do, and it just hasn't really happened until now. But now's the time. I got laid off. Everything that was kind of holding me back in my personal life is gone. One thing that was really sad, but is pretty typical in divorce if you've been through it, I think you probably understand, but my ex and I now have 50-50 custody of our kids. I went from feeling super swamped in early motherhood to now having a lot more alone time. So I'm realizing that it's really up to me how to spend that time, and I feel like I have like a new lease on my life. It feels like this now or never moment to jump in. So that's why I'm doing this video right now, honestly, just really off the cuff, because like as a trained reporter, I'm kind of like scared honestly to do this kind of content because it just feels really unnatural. I'm used to having a script, and one thing that I've learned through my divorce process was how much I really lost my voice, not just in my marriage, but in my professional life, and I just really never felt like I could be myself. So that's something I'm trying to be brave about. And, you know, I know so many people are really authentic online, and it's just always been something that has felt hard for me. I'm just totally 100% one of those like highlight reel people. Nobody ever really knew what was going on behind the scenes. All that brings me to Good News Grace and what it is. When I was a reporter, I loved telling stories. That's why I got a degree in it. I've always wanted to do documentaries. I just love to know what makes people tick, what they enjoy doing. I just love to tell stories. and I love to get to know people, and I love to get to know people from all walks of life. So that's really why I wanted to be a reporter in the first place. So when I was a reporter, I felt like I didn't have the space to really tell the stories that I wanted to tell, which honestly were usually like the feel-good stories about people doing cool things in their communities, and instead I would be sent to a car crash or a fire or a murder trial, and all of those things are important. But for me, what felt really frustrating was feeling like the stories about people making positive impacts in the community were just as important to me too. News stations do definitely try to cover those things. To their credit, they do, but they're always understaffed. So even if I had a positive story set up, a lot of times they would fall through. There needs to be something happening that's newsworthy to make it worth telling on the local news. My idea with Good News Grace is I just want to highlight the good news. We all know that there's so much going on in the world that's bad. And then also through my self-development work, through my divorce and my healing process and my motherhood journey, and just really working on finding myself last couple years, I've just really learned and realized how much our internal worlds affect our outer world. How you view the world really translates into your whole life. A lot of how we view the world is based on what content we bring in and what our sort of mental diet is. And I want to contribute to the positive news. I'm just really interested in sharing the stories of the people who are making an impact in their community, even if it's not technically newsworthy. I just want to highlight cool people doing cool things, whether or not that's people doing amazing things for their community or building businesses or coming up with innovative strategies to do things and different events that might not get covered on the news. All these different ways that we're all working so hard to better ourselves and better our communities. That's what I want to share on Good News Grace. That's my plan. I have a lot of kind of other plans, but I think I'll just stop there because I really wanted to get a video out. I'm in my kid's bathroom right now and I'm about to go hang out with my cousin, but that's me and that's my plan. And I would love to get to a place where people are sending me their story ideas. If you have something, please send it my way. Eventually I plan to get to the point where I'm covering good news in my own community, kind of in a journalistic style like I used to do in TV news. And then from there, I'm just open. 2024 was 100% my recovery rebuilding year, and 2025 is my year to just go for it. I hope you'll join me on this journey. I think that there will be some of my own personal journey peppered in there because I'm still on this healing journey. I'm still figuring out what I'm doing, what my career is going to be, what single mom life is like, what living as a late diagnosed ADHDer is like. I have a lot to share and I'm excited to. And my issue is that I get in the analysis paralysis stage, where I'm researching and I'm learning and I don't take a lot of actual action. And like I said, I kind of feel, like this format that's not super professional and not super well shot, or the angle's all weird, whatever. It kind of freaks me out, and I'm trying to move past that. And I'm just trying to post it, and I'm just trying to get myself out there, and it's time. And I hope you'll follow along, and maybe you're in the same position as me and you're wondering if you're going to start your channel this year, and I hope you do, and I hope you tell me about it. So do all the things you're supposed to do on YouTube and like and subscribe and comment, and I really hope to build a community of people who are just coming together and just sharing good stuff because we could all use it right now. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.